Let us now discuss the remaining instruction of addressing mode. This is addressing modes part 2. We have already discussed several instructions in addressing mode, several types of addressing modes. This is the last type of addressing mode where it is auto increment and auto decrement. Auto increment and auto decrement means the content of the register will be auto incremented or auto decremented. How it happens, let us first understand the different types of things that are written here in this on this board. So before here stands B here stands for before and A stands for after. You see the B and the A, the before and the after. If an instruction is written as B add I, the I here stands for increment, D stands for decrement, the I and the D. See, the I and the D is here. Okay. So, before add increment, before add decrement, after add increment and after add decrement. How does this happen? Let's have a look here and then we will understand the explanation. Before add increment, what to add, what to increment. So now, before add increment instruction says that actually in this addition is required to be performed over the contents of accumulator and the memory location M whose address is given by this register R. All these instructions say the same thing. Contents of accumulator are required to be added to the contents of memory location whose address is given by this register R. But now there are different variations to this. So first we will deal with this, but before that let us we are taking register R as C. These registers, we are assuming that it's a register C and the contents of register C are 06. First we will deal with B add I R. What does this instruction says? Before add increment. What to increment? The content of register R. R gets the value R plus 1. What is R? R is C. What was the content of C? It was 6. I have incremented it and C now stores 7. After this, A accumulator, the content of accumulator plus memory location M whose address is given by the register. Which register? The C register, which is storing what now? C is storing 7 now instead of 6 because it is before add increment. Prior to adding, prior to executing this instruction, you are required to increment the contents of register R. So we've incremented the contents of register R, which was C, it was holding 6 and now it has become 7. So I'm bringing the content from where? I'm bringing the content from memory location M whose address is 7. So I am bringing the contents from location 7, adding it to accumulator, storing the result in accumulator. Now this before add decrement. Before performing the execution of the instruction, you are required to decrement the contents of register R. We have taken register R as C here, so we will decrement its contents. Since C was 6, it has now become 5. Okay, don't assume that C has become 7 here. These are all individual registers. All are taking register value as 6. C as 6. So now prior to executing this instruction, what do I need to do is before add decrement, I required to decrement the contents of C. C was 6. I have decremented and it has now become 5. So now when this instruction would be executed, what will happen is add the contents of accumulator with memory location whose address is 5. So I will go to location number 5, fetch the data from there, add it to accumulator and the result will be stored into the accumulator. Now this instruction after add increment. So first I will execute the instruction and then I will change the contents of register R. So first execute the instruction. So where you are bringing the contents from? You are bringing the contents from address 6. So bring the contents from address 6, add it to accumulator, store back the result in accumulator. After the instruction has been executed, after the result has been stored into accumulator, now increment the contents of register R. So this was increment, so we will increment the contents of register R. Register R was C, C was storing 6, it is incremented to 7. So now C will be holding 7. After add decrement, first execute the instruction, then decrement the contents of register R. So addition of contents of location number 6 with accumulator, storing the result in accumulator, and after this the result has been stored into accumulator, the contents of register R will be, the register R, which is register C, will be decremented. So now C becomes 5. Thank you.